All right, let's talk federal politics then, because obviously leadership ruptions in the Liberal Party continue. So let's cut straight to the chase. Bronwyn, I'll start with you, then I'll come to you, Holly. Should Sussan Ley face a leadership spill?
Well, it's not a question of that. You've got people speculating about who might and who mightn't. I think I described the Liberal Party as doing a lot of dithering. They're still dithering. The bottom line is that the Liberal Party needs to have stability, and there needs to be some accommodation made between the parties of the centre-right, the Nationals and One Nation. And if that process doesn't start with building the coalition back together again before we have too many people with too many shadow portfolios, we're in deep doo-doo. So the right has to sort itself out.
So what I hear you saying, Bronwyn, is there should be a leadership challenge, and soon.
No, you're hearing me say, unless the right sorts itself out, there's no point.
Holly, has Sussan Ley been given enough time to prove her leadership?
No, not at all. She's been undermined from day one. And to be honest, if these two challenges that are now flouting themselves out and about in the national press expect to have undying loyalty from the party room, which is not what I think many of us have seen be given to Sussan since she's taken on the role. And until they can sort themselves out and realise that, Sussan is the leader, she should be given a go. She hasn't been. She's done an extraordinary job when you think about what's happened since Bondi and the way that she has actually stood up for Jewish Australians and really led the way. But the boys will be boys, obviously, and they're sort of, having a bit of a contest at the moment, but neither of them are willing to stand up and say, yep, it's going to be me, because they're trying to wheel and deal in the background, so there isn't the two of them standing against Sussan. But, it'd be interesting to see whether the same loyalty they've displayed to Sussan is shown to them.
Holly, I've got to pick you up on something you just said. Boys will be boys. Are you suggesting this is because Sussan Ley is a woman?
Oh, no, but it's like a pissing contest, to be perfectly frank, between, who's more conservative and right-wing of the blokes that need to get rid of Sussan. And they've been participating in this charade since she took on the leadership. Look, I don't think she's been given a fair go. I don't buy into it's because she's a woman. They just haven't given her a go because it's not them.
All right, I need to get your opinions on one other topic before we go to a break. Kevin Rudd is finishing as our ambassador in the US. There's talk that he's now getting in people's ears, lobbying to become Secretary-General of the United Nations, which we know he once aspired to when Turnbull was Prime Minister. So very quickly, Bronwyn, Kevin Rudd running the United Nations, good idea?
Well, he always wanted it, and he is preferable to what's on offer out there.
That's not saying a great deal about what's on offer.
Exactly,
there, is it?
But you've got a government now that would back him in, and I think he's resigning now. He's going to spend the next year campaigning for it.
I think he will. Holly, what are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, I'm not a big fan of the UN, so maybe the UN and Kevin hanging out together is the best outcome for everybody, and we can just officially ignore them both going forward.
I like it. Very well said. Bronwyn, Holly, a delight to talk with you both. Thanks so much for joining me.